I'm Elizabeth, and I'm writing Making Darkness Visible, a book really that's really clinical, like surprisingly clinical. I'm a psychology professor and I used to be a trauma therapist. And so I really believe in the truth. I know Reuters is one source you can trust, and I really dig Aaron Parnes. Anyway, look, I'm in Costa Rica, and I'm having a rough day getting through the trauma, because when you have been child sexually abused by one man over and over again, my head would disassociate and I would go up into the ceiling with like angels or protectors or spirit light beings who would kind of comfort me to help me stay alive, because at 14 I wanted to die on this planet. That's what child sex abuse does to you. Child sex abuse is the most horrific thing that you can do to a child. It is the darkest, most harmful. And it's hard to say the word evil, because, what makes you evil? I mean, we're all expressions of God, but it is the darkest expression of God, of source energy, to harm a child, or harm a woman, or harm another human being, or deny their divinity, because that's what you're trying to do, is steal our spark of God, our divine spark of who and what we are. And so I'm just having a hard time knowing today that sometimes I'll get stuck, and I'll get stuck in the mud and not able to write and not able to help heal rape victims, or even I can't, I get constantly blocked on I get thrown off of all of these social platforms because I'm telling the truth. I'm an expert in rape. I was a child sex slave, and I was also harmed in marital rape. I am both Virginia Giuffre and Gabrielle Pellico. Sorry, I just had a little flashback there, and that happens sometimes. Sometimes when you've been raped and you're still coming up to terms with it. I mean, I didn't even start to talk about rape until I was in my 50s. I wrote about it on LinkedIn. I had a cop, Mo Greenberg, read about it. There's no statute of limitations in Maryland. He flew me to Maryland, and I told the truth. And now Paul Belt everyone knows he's a pedophile. It's just a matter of a grand jury opening up, something to bring him to justice. It's old. It's one of the oldest cases in the state of Maryland. And so my book has to do that during my lifetime. I have to get justice because of the torture and the rapes, and child sex abuse in childhood is torture. I'm telling you this. And it's also the attempt to steal a soul. I know that you understand this. We're all expressions of source energy. Some of us are evil. Some of us are always pretty good. I've always been pretty good, except I've had a really fucked up life. I've been harmed by the sheriffs for telling them the truth. I've been put into institutions for telling the truth. I've been cuffed and harmed physically for telling the truth. And all that is I'm a rape victim, and I am a child rape victim, and I'm an adult rape victim. And it's because of white men. Middle-aged white men are rapists. And it's time it's a reckoning, a time of reckoning to see who is our rapist. It's men that we know. White, middle-aged, any age white man that we know. So it is all men, but not all men. Some of them understand the divine feminine principle that we're half our mother, half our father, and all source energy, just like all of you do. And I want to be lifting up today. I want to lift up today, as opposed to, just be sad in this beautiful country of pure Vieta and pure love during, Holy Week, during the time that Christ died. It's a time of grief, I guess, and maybe that's why I'm processing this. So if you're feeling grief, it might be because of that as well. And the fact that DJT is a pedophile rapist and burned America down to the ground. Patriarchy's dead. It's time for divine feminine to rise. It's a little bit chaotic for a time, but we can ride this out, ladies. We can get shit done.